Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's workshop watch party. Today's topic for workshop is supports for the holidays. Let me try to back that up just a little. There we go. There we go. That'll work better. Perfect. We would like for you all to join us by clicking on the video with the blinking purple border on our page. So, if you are watching the video with no blinking border, please join us above or below for the watch party. Are you having issues watching the watch party? Well, iPads have a problem with the watch party. Sorry, guys. So try to use a computer or phone instead to join us, okay? So if you're having problems joining us on your iPad, sometimes they have trouble connecting, so please, guys, please give it a shot on your phone or your computers. All right. Again, I want to thank you all for participating. No matter what time it is, you are all great and we appreciate you. Just to remind you all, workshops are happening every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. and every Thursday from 11 to 12. This is also a lot of time. We have a lot of room for space within these times, especially with our videos being between 30 to 45 to between 30 to 45 minutes long, sometimes even an hour long. Depending on those situations, our videos can be anytime between 12 to 1 and on Tuesdays, and 11 to 12 on Thursdays is always our discussion time, unless we are posting a video that day. But we really do love it when you guys join us for the workshops at that time. We also have a YouTube page where we post our videos weekly. Also remember to please like our video after watching it, okay? Awesome. Let's move on. Now let's get started on a review of last week's workshop. Last week our workshop topic was COVID motivation. Jennifer presented a lovely workshop about staying motivated during COVID, especially with us having to be so isolated. I will reread the story of the butterfly, as this story talks about struggle so beautifully, and it connects to today's topic wonderfully. Here we go. A man found a cocoon of a butterfly. One day, a small opening appeared. He sat and watched the butterfly for several hours as it struggled to squeeze its body through the tiny hole. Then it stopped, as if it couldn't go further. So the man decided to help the butterfly. He took a pair of scissors and snipped off the remaining bits of cocoon. The butterfly emerged easily, but it had a swollen body and shriveled wings. The man continued to watch it, expecting that any minute the wings would enlarge and expand enough to support the body. Neither happened. In fact, the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around. It was never able to fly. What the man in his kindness and haste did not understand, the restricting cocoon and the struggle required by the butterfly to get through the opening was a way of enforcing the fluid from the body into the wings so that it would be ready for flight once that was achieved. Sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. Going through life with no obstacles would cripple us. We will not be as strong as we could have been, and we would never fly. Embrace your struggle and go for greatness. Jerry Chris. So, guys, my question to you today, based off of that beautiful story, what did you guys get from the story of the butterfly? Okay, I just want to hear your opinions. And today you have 3 minutes, as this is the only question I'm going to ask you. Starting now.
I've truly been.
Thanks for sharing, everyone. What I got from this story was that no matter how hard things are for me, it's God that gets me through it all. But I hope that you all have the right supports or your own beliefs to help you make it through any of your struggles. Thanks for taking the time with me, everyone, to review last week's workshop. But now we are going to jump into this week's topic, which is supports for the holidays. Today we will review different supports that will be available to you over the holidays. Sometimes things come up and happen, and we can't do anything to fix or change the situation ourselves. But there are supports in the community that can assist us in all kinds of ways. Let's start with the big one. Emergency services. Red Deer Emergency Services provides fire, ambulance, and emergency preparedness for the citizens of Red Deer. They are committed to ensuring that the residents in Red Deer have high quality fire, emergency medical, rescue, and hazardous materials services, as well as the knowledge to safeguard themselves from fire and injury. They serve our community with highly skilled and committed staff, safely using modern methods and equipment that is well located and maintained. Fire services, emergency medical services, high angle rescue, ice river rescue, vehicle extrication, trench rescue, hazardous materials response, which is the hazmat team, fire inspections, fire investigations, public education, emergency preparedness, and response. So quite a few different services. There. That's a lot better. Okay. Emergency services is comprised of 6 branches: administration, fire and injury prevention, fire suppression, EMS, emergency medical services, 911, emergency communications, and mechanical. Emergency services operates a 911 emergency communications dispatch, which serves both the city of Red Deer and 70 communities in central and southern Alberta. Red Deer Emergency Services employs over 160 people to provide round-the-clock fire and ambulance service. So if you require, sorry guys, so if you require, sorry, that distracted me. If you require ambulance or fire services for any reason, please call 911, as this service is available 24/7. And I know you guys know that that's the emergency line that we need for everything, so these, like I said, this is just a list of some of the regular supports that we have in our community, as well as some of the supports that we don't realize that we have access to, especially over the holidays. You never know what someone is going through. You also don't know what kind of emergencies could come up, such as fire or flood, which we're also going to get into next. The complaint number for Red Deer. Okay. So, this tool is for reporting non-emergency infrastructure issues and repairs to the city of Red Deer. Each reported item is sent directly to the responsible department for further follow-up. You may be asked to provide additional information if necessary. You can report issues from the topics listed below by clicking on the blue bar of a given category. Please note, brown categories are information only. They cannot be selected for online reporting. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I got all of this information off of the City of Red Deer website. Again, I will be posting links to the city and where you can access information about these different lines and the different emergency hotlines after our workshop. Okay, so please look out for it, and if you have any questions about the list or the workshop today and the supports that you're able to access, please speak to me or any one of your staff. RCMP or non-emergency complaints. So if you have a concern about your safety, the actions of another person, or have witnessed a possible crime, you would want to contact the RCMP, which would be 911. Animals slash pets. Alberta Animal Services provides all animal-related services in Red Deer, including enforcement of the city's dog bylaw. This bylaw allows Alberta Animal Services to work with the citizens of Red Deer to ensure that cats, dogs, their owners, and neighbors live together in safety and harmony. Concerns related to domestic animals, cats, or dogs. For any concerns, please contact Alberta Animal Services, and they have the number here. They also have the website, guys. If you have concerns related to wildlife animals, you would contact the Alberta Sustainable Resource Development, which is the Fish and Wildlife people, and their number is also on the website. Concerns related to wildlife after hours, you would also contact Report a Poacher, right? Okay, next complaint line. Needles, drug paraphernalia found in Red Deer. I found a needle, so what do I do? What would you do in that situation? Not a lot of people know what to do. Always treat each needle as contaminated. You have a couple of options if you find one, okay? I'm too nervous to pick it up and unequipped. Cover or mark the needle with an object, and then call the number on the website, on the City of Red Deer website for disposal. People who are willing and equipped to pick it up, there's a whole process discussed on the Red Deer website of how to appropriately pick up paraphernalia if you are comfortable doing so. But guys, I really do suggest that you just cover it up and mark it so that, and then call the number so that somebody in the police department can come and pick it up, okay? Now, for those brave people, those brave souls who have been willing in the past to pick up any paraphernalia because you're worried about kids playing in the area or something like that, the process is as follows, that you would have gloves, tongs, or pliers, and a hard sharps container or plastic bottle with lid. Okay, so you have to be completely prepared if you're going to be picking something up like this. Any needles or paraphernalia. Needle pickup kits are available at your nearest fire hall. Put on latex, rubber, or leather gloves. Use tongs or pliers to carefully pick up needle with tip pointed away from you. Put sharps container on stable surface. Do not hold it while putting needle inside. Put needle point down into the container and close lid. Do not place container in garbage. Dispose of at nearest needle disposal locations. These locations are fire stations 1, 2, and 3, and they have 24-hour drop boxes. Many pharmacies also accept needles. Turning Point does as well. Brown needle drop boxes located through parks and trails are also available. Wash your hands and or use hand sanitizer once you're done. Emails submitted after 4:30 p.m. on weekends will not be read until the next business day, but that's also how they get the information about those dropped needles, okay? Then there's culture facilities. For non-emergency requests for service for infrastructure repair, upgrades, and vandalism related to city-owned facilities operated by community groups, Red Deer Museum, Heritage Square, Carywood Nature Center, Gates Lake Sanctuary, Fort Normandeau, Cronquist House, Festival Hall, Memorial Center, Riverbend, Recreation, Discovery Canyon. Sorry, I lost my place in my list here. Riverbend Golf and Allen Bungalow. Please complete all culture facility service request form. If something were to happen there, you could go online. There's a number online on the Red Deer's website for flooding. If this is an emergency issue with sewer or water, or regarding detention ponds or storm outfalls, please contact Environmental Services directly. And if it was an emergency with an on-street flooding due to catch basins or culverts, then he would contact Public Works. Note, sewer backups in homes or businesses require initial private plumber inspection. Then there's the blue, black, and green cart for black is your garbage bin, blue is your recycling bin, or green organics, and you can call for pickup for those. There's so many different things that you can call through this complaint line. It's amazing. If you see graffiti and if your property has been tagged, or you are responsible to remove the graffiti as soon as possible, you can also contact the Central Alberta Crime Prevention Center for support or graffiti removal, which is pretty cool. There's a graffiti hotline that you can call for that. Parking, if you have any parking complaints, there's a line for that. Parking downtown, there's a complaint line for that, which would be the same number, 403-343-5575. Like this number here on the screen is for all of these things. So parks, the garbage is full, or mowing and dandelion issues, signage. There's so many things. Like, a lot of people say, the police don't do anything, but you know what, guys? They're giving us quite a bit of options here of different things that they can do to help in our communities, which is really cool. Neighborhood park sites for non-emergency requests for service. For infrastructure repair, upgrades, and vandalism related to activity centers and neighborhood park sites, including park amenities such as benches, garbage cans, trails, outdoor rinks, and lighting, ball diamonds, and sport fields. Please complete their request form, and if it's critical, you can always call them on the phone. Potholes or road repairs, you can also give them a call about this. Property complaints, the complaint number can be called for any of those. Unsightly or unkept property, garbage on private property, vehicles or trailers parked on private property, any of those complaints. If your complaint relates to public property or on-street parking, you would have to call again the complaint line. And that would go the same for any traffic signals being wonky, any traffic signs missing or vandalized, any of that stuff you can report to this complaint line as well. Pavement markings, sidewalk conditions, trees or bushes, walking signs, paved lanes. Those are things that you can also call the complaint line about. Gravel lanes, you can call the complaint line about debris on the road, such as animals or big rocks, or somebody's construction equipment fell out the back of their truck and is in the middle of the road. You can call the complaint line about that. Snow removal for roads only in the city, not for your house, but you can call the complaint line about that. You can call the complaint line about street lights, about transit, utility meters. And if there's any website issues, you can also complain about that here through this complaint line. They'll direct you to the right place. So we don't always need to use 911 for everything. But apparently the complaint number line is the number for anything. So if there's any issues and you do need to handle them and you can't handle them yourself, and you've reached out to your family and your friends for help, right? And you've done everything that you can to solve the problem yourself first, then you can call the complaint line. Okay? Cool beans. That was a big list. Okay. So let's go through some crisis services numbers. There are a number of services that you can call in a crisis, and we will go through all of them and the services they provide now. The services available are as follows. One second, we're starting with HealthLink. Oh, sorry, before I move on to HealthLink, I'm just going to run through my list of services that I found after doing some research about emergency services in Red Deer. I'm actually going to update my personal list. For those of you who are interested in having a copy of this list on hand, it just has a few of the numbers that I've mentioned in the workshop. For example, the complaint number, I only have the main number on this sheet because, like I said, you can call this number for multiple things. And I also will attach website links to this sheet. So if any of you guys would like a copy of it, please feel free to message me in regards to that within the bottom of this workshop link, or to just email me, text me, let your staff know. There's lots of ways to contact us. Just let us know. So some of the services we'll be reviewing are HealthLink, Suicide Helpline, PACT Team. We've already went through all the City of Red Deer services, so we're good there. Mental Health Helpline, the Mental Health Clinic, which we'll actually be reviewing because at this point in time, the walk-in clinics for walk-in counseling are closed, and they've changed now to virtual mental health. Sexual Assault Crisis Line, and then the Sexual Abuse Violence Support line. Okay? HealthLink. If you have a health concern for yourself or somebody you know, call HealthLink by dialing 811 for quick and easy advice from a registered nurse 24/7. They will ask questions, assess symptoms, and determine the best care for you. Remember, in a medical emergency, always call 911 or visit the nearest emergency department. Health information. From babies to seniors and everything in between, HealthLink is an excellent resource to get you the health information you need. HealthLink also manages the health information available online. Let them help you find your way. If you need help finding the nearest immunization clinic, or you wonder how to find a family doctor, or you're looking for a program to manage chronic disease, or you need to sign up for a prenatal class, call HealthLink for all your questions around where to go for healthcare and help navigating the health system. HealthLink experts will help guide you to the right care provider at the right time in the right place. They also provide dementia advice. A dementia diagnosis can be an overwhelming experience for both patients and their families. Dementia advice through HealthLink helps ease the stress by providing compassionate advice about living with dementia. Dementia advice can listen to your story, suggest strategies to help manage dementia-related challenges, recommend supports for and assistance, facilitate long-term support, provide self-care tips for caregivers. Since launching Provid-wide in May 2016, there have been more than 1,000 referrals supporting Albertans living with or caring for someone who has dementia, including those with Alzheimer's disease. The Primary Care Network. There we go. PCN PCNs bring local doctors and other healthcare providers like dietitians, nurse practitioners, and social workers together to provide comprehensive care to Albertans. HealthLink works with some PCNs to triage and refer people to after-hours clinics or an on-call doctor for time-sensitive healthcare needs. Now, for contact. If you need health advice or information, call HealthLink 24/7 by dialing 811, or you can visit their website, which is myhealth.alberta.ca. HealthLink can also be accessed through the Canada-wide toll-free number 1-866-408-5465. Outside of Alberta, this number should be used to reach Alberta's HealthLink services. Those who have difficulty hearing or with speech use a teletypewriter to communicate with regular telephone users. Can contact HealthLink 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using TELUS Relay service. HealthLink support is available in more than 240 languages, guys. If you would like more information about the HealthLink service, you can always email them. Okay? Very cool. All right, everybody. We're trucking along. I'm almost done. As I said, we're just reviewing some supports that would be beneficial for you guys over the holidays. So let's talk a little bit about the PACT team and what they do in our community. This program is mobile and will come to you in time of crisis. PACT helps people in time of crisis. It connects them with resources for the longer term. PACT follows up to see that people are doing okay and are connected to resources. How do you access this service? This program is available through the RCMP. The PACT phone number is as shown on the screen. And the commitment that you would make in regards to this program would be to work collaboratively with a psychiatric nurse and an RCMP officer to determine the help you require. So if someone were to have a mental breakout in the community, the PACT team would come in and make sure that that person is safe and treated well and treated with dignity. This team is a little bit understanding to people with with people with disabilities, with mental health issues, with addictions, right? As they have done a little bit more research into the topic. So if you are interested in, if you were ever to see anybody in the community who definitely needed some help and you didn't know where to go, again, guys, you can